Okay, so let's review the defense now. So we see like Shanghai, they're running a ball with actually an Ana Zen, which is kind of like I don't know. It's just that like the Ana has pretty much no good nano targets. Well, maybe Bob or Ball to an extent, but like if you don't have a brig, it limits the positions that your Zen can take. And like if your Zen can't like take the positions they want, it means that this comp just falls apart because Zen is like the main engine towards this comp. Like the Zen is the main engine that enables, Ball Tracer to win duels. Zen is the main engine for this comp to do damage, and Zen allows this comp to really like thrive in long fights. So you want to be playing around your Zen. So that's why I don't like this Ana Zen particularly much. Not to mention Tracer and Ash to an extent would really benefit from break packs. I would prefer like Mercy as well because like even though like Mercy also kind of limits the positions your Zen can take, at least with Mercy Ash, or even Mercy pocketing Zen is just really powerful. So like that's why the main backlines in a ball comp are either Brig Zen, Mercy Zen, sometimes Bap Zen, but that's more of like anti brawl, but like it's usually Brig Zen. So Chengdu, they're gonna run a Widow here. Widow's like pretty good on the first point. Second point, the positioning is a bit more awkward. It's harder to access the high grounds and stuff. So like it's really only a first point pick. But we're gonna see how Shanghai they play their ball comp and how they prevent Chengdu from doing what they want, which is ultimately they just want to finish the fight. They don't want to take a long fight against the Zen. They will need to set up. They can't just int. They will need to like look for flanks and stuff, but they would rather do a crude engage that would like really fuck up the backline rather than set up a perfect engage, which would take time and allow Li Zhenggan to just spam freely. So this is like the main theme that we're gonna see here. And right here, like we already see Fate trying to disrupt this TP really good. And like this bubble sucks, kind of. I mean, they're probably afraid of okay, this bubble even drops. They're probably afraid of being maybe naded. I don't think they were expecting Diana pretty much, or like they're just afraid of being like dinked in the rotation. But like now Gala does not have like his main engage tool, which means that Shanghai, if they wanted to, they're actually free to push up a bit. They're actually free to say, hey, you can't engage in the next 13 seconds. We're just gonna push up and we're just going to try to dish out as much damage as possible. Now, that being said, the Widow's going to prevent that from happening, probably. Like, that's why the Widow's, like, pretty good on this point, at least. Like it denies, like, so much space. Like, and, doesn't see, like, Leave's trying to look for an angle. Oh, Leave gets low. Fate's trying to like, put pressure on Leave as much as possible. And, mm, okay. So right here, Gaga's trying to like shoot at Fate, and this is fine, I guess. Just because like Chengdu's backline is safe and Chengdu's whole team is pretty much LOSing all of Shanghai. But like Gaga has to be like really careful here. If he commits bubble again, it's really bad. It means that more time is burned off the clock because he can't engage. He can't like try like take space without the bubble and push the and help his team like push the cart. And he can't like close the distance between him and the back line. So if he uses bubble here, it's a big mistake. He should not have his bubble committed here. Okay. He's trying to duel Fate. Like Fate's this is like the one benefit of the Ana, I guess. Like Fate's getting like all this damage is being healed up. Okay, Fate's like taking cover. Like Fate's actually okay with just like taking this duel. Like I mean, cart's being pushed, but on the other hand, Gaga's over here while the backline is like pretty much over here. So like the backline's not afraid. The backline's like not gonna die. And like if they need to contest card, they just send like Fleta or something. And like it would win against like a Genji pushing card, for example. So okay, so like eventually Gaga's like, why am I doing this? And gets forced out. He doesn't have to commit bubble here. But like now, like let's look at where Fate's like moving. Fate's actually moving towards here. And this is smart because all Fate really has to do is hold the space. Like hold this space and this space. And this would prevent Gaga or even Jinmu from encroaching onto Shanghai's backline. So like he doesn't have to like slam or anything. He doesn't have to engage. He shouldn't be engaging. All he has to do is scare Chengdu away from like moving towards like these spaces. All Shanghai has to do is control space. And like right here, there's actually a like there might be a bit of a gap in Shanghai's defense if they're not careful. Like because nobody's controlling this space, like the usual setup would be Fate would be over here, and Fleta would probably be like over here. But like since they're doing this like rotation to here, like this role is now flipped. Like Fate wants to be kind of like in position to engage the main group, while like any isolated targets would probably be like Tracer's responsibility, or just have Ash and like Zen target anyone who goes here. Like you don't even have to have someone here. You can just like have your Ash and Zen focus most of their attention on anyone who tries to take this space. It's really important. It's really important that like Ash and Zen have LOS on this space at all times. And like don't just tunnel vision on this. Otherwise, Gaga's going to be able to jump here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gets into the back line. And you don't want that happening. So like now, um hey, Fate actually like slams. Like I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a big fan of this power drive. He's trying to like force out a cooldown from Gaga here, but like it's gonna be really hard. Like Gaga's playing this corner and there's nobody over here. And Gaga's like bubble and you want to force out that bubble, but because Gaga has bubble, you can't just say, hey, can we push up and try to like, punish this Winston? You can't because, they'll just jump. And the backline's like over here, so like that's gonna be really scary. So like Fate should honestly just play around here. Like maybe like contest cart, like probably even not, but like because like you want to be keeping like Chengdu away from this position. So like if he just power drives and gets nothing done, I mean Jinmu's kind of low, but can't really punish that without your backline or a tracer nearby. So like he doesn't have the resources to really make this power drive. I mean he does have Fleta, but like Fleta, it's like a 2v2. And probably even a 2v3. So like I mean he's harassing Leave, but you see, now they're able to intrude into the space. Now Chengdu are able to intrude into Shanghai's space. You see? Nobody is there to stop the backline from just pushing up. And because like this power drive fails and like no bubbles forced out or anything, you know, Gaga just tries like pincer here. But on the other hand, it's just like in general really hard to kill like Shanghai over here without ults. So like they might just be able to kite that. But and also Leave does get harassed a bit. Does move up for Peel. Good whip. So now like I'm not sure like where everyone is, but like Chengdu, they have the first step of their attack like pretty much complete. They got their back line to over here, to like this space, and this space is a good launching pad for like pincer attacks. And Shanghai, they're probably like forced to just kite back because like if they stay here, it's just an easy kill. And like given how Fate and Flood are positioned, it's really hard to trade aggro. So like if Shanghai were smart, which they usually are, they'll probably just move back. Like you can't hold this space. Okay, and they do move back. Smart. But like this mistake kind of, and this is inevitable probably, like eventually the car will be pushed to here, but I think if Fate like held this like kind of like freeze over here, like they by positioning here, Fate kind of freezes their Chengdu's backline over here, then I think they could have held the card for like 20, 30 more seconds, and that would be pretty big. Like what's stopping like Chengdu from moving the cart is, Shanghai on high ground. But like they have to back up now. Okay, so now like fortunately for Shanghai, it's really hard. It's really hard for Chengdu to engage here. They do have a nano coming soon, but on the other hand, they can trade with mines and counter nano, and that counter nano would probably go onto ball or tracer. But like let's see like what Shanghai should be doing here. Shanghai like they want to be positioned. Fate wants to be positioned here, and like you want to be able to disrupt this rotation. And it looks like they already allowed like Chengdu to kind of intrude into this space. So now, like this isn't the end of the world, but it does give them a bit more card push. You can't contest like on anymore because if you try to like contest right now, you're just gonna take like so much damage, and your backline can't move up to help you because that's just an easy kill. Like remember, like anywhere that this comp is close to, like Shanghai can't really push into. So like it's imperative that Fate and Fleta position to prevent that from happening. So now they probably will give up this part of like the point, but they can still defend this back half. So what should Fate do? Fate should move to the central pillar and try to put himself in between Chengdu and the backline. And like if done properly, if Chengdu go for their pincer, then like not their pincer engage, hopefully, then Fate just like kind of spins and disrupts this engage. And like how do you prevent this pincer, like Jinmu like pincering from flank from even happening? Well, Fleta should be positioned. Fleta should be like closely like marking the space. And like if Jinmu decides to like take this far right flank, which is gonna be a bit harder because it's just easier to kind of scout out, then like Fleta should be like moving to adjust, or Fate can position more towards this side, just so he has a chance of poking out Jinmu. But it's really important that like Shanghai leave no gaps, and you want to be controlling the space because Leave can use like this space to kind of get free shots. So Shanghai wants to be controlling these two spaces. If they don't, they give Chengdu an opportunity to penetrate their defense. But on the other hand, I went over all this, but Leave makes a huge mistake here. While the backline's being cut off, Leave gets caught out in the rotation. You cannot have that happen. Big mistake. And I'm actually surprised of how aggressively Shanghai decided to. Wow, oh, I mean they did get a nade, so this is good. Like good nade as well. And like they nano to try and like trade, but okay, like Gog gets a trade onto Li Shingon, but Monk does, but Gaga, but you know, but this engage fails. They lost Widow. They probably shouldn't like Okay, this is like a nightmare fight for Chengdu. They lost they used Nano to try and like save a 4v5, but there's no saving. They got naded. Like they should not have used Nano there. Okay, so now Shanghai have ults, and and like I think Shanghai should be taking this fight aggressively. So I think they should go for like an early engage, like potential over here. If they go for passive engage, like I mean, their comp still favors a long fight, but it means that they have less of an opportunity to like use this before like they potentially get their blade and like they can trade kills. Like I think Shanghai can just go for like a clean nano fight, and if you have to use one of these ults, then so be it. Okay, Jinmu has a flank though. Oh no. Okay, how does Jinmu get to there? So Jinmu's like taking this flank, and Fate's position to kind of prevent them from just pressing W and moving in. On the other hand, the moment that they see like they notice Jinmu over here, the moment that this happens, like they need to like trade aggression. I mean, they did get like they did use pulse bomb and get monk here, but like they could either focus on backing up and clearing Jinmu, or like they may accept, oh, one of our backline might die. Well, we're just gonna finish the fight with one more ult. But like if they just lose on it like this, like they need they need to be trading aggression here, and and they use mines and this to complete the fight, which is fine. They, I mean, they probably didn't have to use nano there. I was just concerned that Shanghai would just like let Chengdu just walk in, but they did use Bob and mines and pulse bomb. They still have the nano. It's fine. Okay, so okay, next fight. Next fight. They're coming out with Trance, and that's not worth Fletta's position. Fletta's like trying to distract them a bit, and like they need to be aware of the same flank though. Like they need to be aware of this Genji flank. So how would you scout out a Genji flank? Well, it's really simple. Oh shit. Oh shit. Like I peeked this. I noticed their Genji's missing. I noticed their Genji's missing, and I'm tracking that their Genji has blade. So like, first of all, probably move towards here. Like don't play like into like Chengdu's pincer. Try like keep distance. Try like kite. And second, Fleta should even consider like backing to here and like playing like this flank. Like you already know that Jinmu like used this flank, like just climbed up here, and Jinmu has blade, so Jinmu's like actually a really dangerous target. But if you put Harmony and Discord on like Discord on like Jinmu and Harmony on your Tracer, then this blade is just so much harder to pull off. So like even though you do have like a defensive ult, like another option is you say fuck the blade, we're just going to try to do our own nano play. Like maybe we nano Fleta and Fate engages, Fleta engages, maybe our backline dies, but we use Transcendence. But we try to like do a better backline trade than you. But like Jinmu should not be allowed to do this for free. Oh, Gaga actually gets slept. They get tranced, but okay, and they nano Legion gone. It actually kills Gaga. Legion Gong dies. But Jinmu's like still in the backline. And it's actually like drawing so much attention. So like Chengdu have an opportunity to set up like a pretty decent engage. Like Gaga gets slapped, but like Jinmu's like just free to do shit. Okay, I want to see like Jinmu's POV a bit more closely, but imagine if a Tracer was. Imagine if anyone was here, or like they kept their distance a bit better, and like bought enough time for like anyone to kind of come back and peel. This blade would have been like so much harder to pull off. Like it's not a nano blade even. Yeah, like they get the nade, but like imagine if like Flutter was there, for example. Instead of like them looking to just trade backlines. Like they don't even trade, they just all come back and peel, but like I'm not sure about that even. I'm not sure, like, I think they should just trade. They're not in like peeling positions really. Like Fate was kinda like over here. Like they should just look to get on a pick. I mean like they do have rally, so it's gonna be hard to win that, but like this allows more importantly, this allows Chengdu's backline to just close the distance, and that's when they're most strong. So, like, definitely, Shanghai should not just be giving space. Shanghai should be trading. Mm. Okay, like, no HP 1v2. Oh, like, okay, like, good dodging, but like, I mean, good play probably, but like, I'm like, Shanghai could have prevented this. And that's what I'm concerned about in this review. And like I mean, it's kind of hard to really keep track of everything in this game, so I don't blame them all that much. But like I'm just saying like how the fight could have went, and that could have been Shanghai's win. That's all I'm concerned about. Like if you ever watch like my VOD reviews, I'm really like I'm never really impressed by plays. Like these individual plays, it just shows that and the other team fucked up, and I don't like that when that happens. So I'm not too like amazed by plays all too much. I'm more concerned about like all the macro mistakes that allowed them to make that play. So so now like the comps are kind of switched. Shanghai are running like a Winston comp, and I do get this pick because of this high ground. Um, while Chengdu they're switching to like a ball comp. So this is gonna be really awkward. Like this fights on this map are really awkward just because of how hard the high ground is to take. So honestly, all Chengdu have to do here is all Gaga really has to do is take a defensive position while like his team cheeses card progress. That's how you really take this point. If anyone drops a contest, then you just focus on them. It's really hard to like if you're playing like under here, it's really hard for like anyone to kill you unless they drop. Like even from the high ground. Like you do have like a really good hiding place from the high ground. But like here they're pretty vulnerable. So like if possible, Chengdu just want to take a defensive stance until the card's over here, and then they can consider going more aggressive or whatever. But you see, like this is a mistake. Look at Gaga. Gaga is unable to join this fight, but Chengdu are in a position where Shanghai can force a fight. Okay, I mean they get a trade, they get some trade picks, but how do they win this 4v5 though? So like they have they have like a ball like out of position, but Genji and Sojourn are able to get onto the high ground. Don't know how Lip dies though. Like they do have Nano Blade. Not Nano Blade, almost Nano Blade. They get Zen. Jinmu like kinda And Shanghai, they actually dropped to join the fight, which is probably the right choice, but you want to like play short sightlines with this backline, but oh, Jinmu doesn't. Jinmu gets nanoed. So they, in the end, they just use nano. While like pulse bomb isn't really used in this fight. Okay, so this like play actually failed. It did look promising just because of how close like Shanghai were able to get past and like Gaga's positioning. But maybe Gaga was like not as far as I thought. And it is ball can just get into the fight so easily. And oh, unfortunate. Okay, we have this replay. Oh shit. Okay, so now like they're transitioning back into a ball comp. Shanghai's variant is going to be worse just because of no Zen, but so like all like Chengdu have to do is kind of contest Shanghai's positions with the Zen. Like Shanghai have to be closing the distance with their Ana break. So like you want to prevent that from happening, and if you do that, you should get like the attack. And you do have ults, so you could fight this as well. But like you don't really want Fate in this position. That being said, they just use their ults really. Oh, Nisha gets traded. They use their blade. They they want to make sure they don't get traded here. But like Gaga got too many kills. How does the backline die so quickly from Shanghai though? Oh, it's the blade. But like Li Shingon drops for some reason. If Shanghai were on high ground instead of like, you know, one on high ground, one on the floor, I think this play would have been a lot harder. And Fate and Fleta can actually like pose a threat. If like Fate's over here and Fleta is able to land a pulse, then like that might be enough to just like for Shanghai to just barely hold on to this card. Like the play I expected Chengdu to do is is to have like someone try like even Sojourn try to like force out ball with help from your backline. But like they do have enough ults to kind of trade this fight. Okay, so Flada's in the backline. This is a really dangerous situation. I'm expecting them to switch back to Zen, but oh shit. Oh shit, this flank is devastating. So, like, I don't know, Fleta loves to do this, but it's really effective. And, like, good aggression from Fate to recognize this. And now it's a 4v5. They still have, like, Sojourn ult, but Fleta's positioning is just so good. And, Shanghai to just press W. Good aggression from the backline to close out this fight. Okay, back. Come back. Come back. Okay. So, okay, Shanghai, they have Nano. They have like so many ults. I honestly don't know what you would do if you were like Chengdu. Like you have Sojourn ult, you have Mines, but like Shanghai, like they have like almost 5 ults. So I'm expecting Shanghai to just like go for an aggressive play the moment they push, and like it's just gonna be a trade. But like the Bob and like ideally as like your Genji Sojourn comp, you would be playing like probably longer sightlines. Like these sightlines are kind of awful. They probably should be swinging out wide as well instead of like playing along here, just so you can keep some distance. But the Ash is a bit effective in these sightlines, so like it's kind of a trade off. But I think it's a better trade off, and instead of like playing over here and like you're just kind of walking into Shanghai. See, you just get pincered, just pincered, and I guess next fight's better for you, but again, they're trying to catch the staggers. Okay, good aggression. Li Shanghai. Okay, so right here, they still have like good ults, except it's now more equal. Now, given like their ults though, 82% to Blade, they could just nano Jinmu and hope they get Blade here. Legion Gone can just kind of rally and try to disrupt that plan. Okay, Jinmu's trying to farm Blade. Okay, but here's the thing. I think Shanghai right here. The play, like knowing this, would just be to honestly just try to like walk on Jinmu. But like, where's Fate? If they had like Ball Tracer around this vicinity, and given that Shanghai are playing against the Blade, like an like a Nano Blade, like they should be like having someone pressure like over here. I think Fate should be trying to play like around here. They want to play like unless like they're preparing to trade. They're preparing to like go for their own nano play. But like and as you can see, like they're just trying to kind of stall cart. And they're in position, I guess, to kind of like engage on the back line, but like Jinmu should not be able to like get up here so easily. Holy shit, this fight's kind of a shit show. But like, let's look at the back line. Like Fate does return in time and plugs in the space, so he's trying to like deny the space, and pushing up this high ground is honestly really hard if Shanghai are doing this properly. But okay, Lip's in a bit of a position. But right here, okay, this is kind of bad. This is kind of bad for Shanghai. So we saw their initial positioning. Like I was thinking like Fate and Fleta. Why aren't they here? Like I know they want to stall cart, but like at least Fate should be here. But like there's nobody there to kind of stop this rotation. It's gonna be like a 3v5 despite the mines. Okay, like good sleep I guess, but despite the mines. Yeah, I think his mines might have got cancelled. No, it didn't. Didn't get cancelled. Just get destroyed by the Sojourn. Okay, but like now, like let's take a look. Because of Shanghai's failure to either end the fight with ults, or I think they're saving these ults to kind of trade out the Nano Blade, or to peel for whoever gets targeted. But because of the failure to hold this high ground, like even if they had to like nano someone or use like Briggle, like I think that's worth it. So just to hold this high ground, like buy time for Lip to like kind of get kills. Like you see now, like Sojourn ult and like Li Zhenggan's kind of far forward here. I don't know why like Chengdu, like, let's look where Li Zhengan is. Li Zhengan walks up. Yeah, let's look where Gaga is. Gaga's over there. Why don't they just commit onto Li Zhengan? They need to commit. Until, like this is a free kill. Don't even mind Li Zhengan. I wouldn't mind if Nisha just kind of like drops off high ground, have Jinmu pincer over here. Li Zhengan's dead. There's no way, no way. Like even if Chengdu just all drop off a high ground, just kill Li Zhengan. That's worth it. There's no more rally. It's kind of a free nano blade from there. I swear if Chengdu loses this fight, okay, they get a kill. They get two. Eventually, they prevail. Fleta gets a trade on to leave. That's big. But Li Zhengan's still alive. I mean, Li Zhengan did back up, but like he was feeding. He just got away with that. Just got away. And now that Fleta got like a key crucial trade kill him to leave. Like I can't understand how big that is. Like if Leave was alive, then Leave could have played over here and just used the alt and bam. There's It's gonna be so hard for Shanghai to get through. Like they would have to like at least nano feint just like contest high ground. But now high ground's also kind of free. Vlad is actually in an amazing position. Vlad is like in an incredible position. Like on the other hand, like why is nobody contesting him? What? Wait, what? What am I seeing? I mean, they have to have someone push cart, but I mean, Lip does have like some LOS on the high ground. Like they're trying to fight Fleta here. Why doesn't Gaga just grapple up to here? Like, you can just have break push cart. Well, that's doing that. Why is Fleta just able to like stay here for free? Like, I mean, it's hard. It's gonna be kind of difficult because like you do have Lip kind of peeking here, but like Fleta like gets to use this positioning. Fleta's like in an amazing position. Can get Monk probably. Goes for They go for an engage. They have a good flank. Backline just pushes up and finishes the fight. And like they and Chengdu would probably trade here because it's not like Chengdu's lead like it's not like Chengdu is in the worst position they could be in, but like Shanghai just win the trade. Shanghai like and even it's an equal trade. Shanghai have spawns. Okay. So, anyways, this has been a kind of scuffed match, especially towards the end. But yeah, I hope you all learned something from it. Peace.